Meeting people with a cleft was so nice because you realise that all like the little things that clefts affect, like I know like small breathing problems or like breathing through your nose, which you don't realise is like, not everyone has, but you don't realise is such a big effect on your life. Like just the small things that you can relate to when you're just having a conversation, which is really, really nice. And the fact that you can, when you're at Clapper and at the council, the fact that you have a cleft is like another point. So you're all on a completely equal like ground and you can just talk about something else as well, which is really lovely.
I joined the CYPC when I was like, I think 14 or 15. I think that was a really good age to join. So I think that's when everything does kind of start to change a bit. It was all that kind of age bracket where you can all kind of talk about it. And I remember when we were on a camp and we're like, oh, so when you have the surgery, like what kind of like, what kind of like symptoms did you have after? Like, how did you go to sleep? It was like really cool to actually just have this conversation with some people that kind of got it. But I really wanted to do that because I knew that I wanted to make a difference to younger people. Like those people when I was in year 5 and I went on that Clapper camp, like the people who were like running it made a difference to me. I wanted to do the same kind of thing.
I first got involved 2012 when I joined the Children Young People's Council, and at first it was really weird to join because there were people who were 18, I was 10, but then it was also really like interesting to see people who'd already gone through all like pretty much all the stages. And yeah, the amazing friends that I made there.
It would have been 2016. I did my first regional residential, which was amazing. And then not long after that, I signed up to join the Children Young People's Council. So I joined them about 2 years ago now. And yeah, it's just been amazing. I get the chance to obviously share my own experiences with other people in the group, and also think about different ways we can support other people who might not necessarily have a close link to Clapper, or not anyone that they really know that has a cleft and may feel kind of isolated. And it made me really want to, as I grow older, definitely stay involved with Clapper and keep volunteering, because I think it's so important to be able to also bridge the gap between adults with experiences or parents and reassure them that when their children grow up, there's nothing to be worried about because they've got that support network, which I think is really, really like invaluable, really.
I joined the CYPC 3 years ago now. It was like 3 years ago the other day, last week. And it was really nice meeting other people with a cleft, because I'd never met anyone with a cleft before. And it was really cool and stuff, because it showed that like when I had my bone graft, it shows that all those things that like I went through, it wasn't just me that went through them, it was other people, and it was like completely normal. So yeah, that was quite nice.
I found out, well, my first Clapper event was probably in early 2012, like in the summer of 2012. I was invited to a residential in Wales, and I had never heard of Clapper before, and then I went to the residential weekend. I loved it. I beforehand I thought I was the only one in the world who had this, but then once I found out there were other people, I started researching into Clapper and found out they had Children Young People's Council. And then as soon as I found out, I sent an application form in. And yeah, I've been ever since. I was so excited to meet other people with a cleft. I'd never heard or seen anybody with it before. Like before this point, I personally didn't know that a cleft lip existed. So it was like really interesting. What I've enjoyed most about volunteering with Clapper is meeting all my friends from the council, and we like talk all the time. So I think that's really good. We're gonna have them friends for life now, and I think it's really cool. Yeah.